Hi everybody, this is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. Alright, so let's talk about the Lionsgate, which opens today. So happy Lionsgate portal, happy discoveries, happy connections, happy ascensions, happy being. So I've been trying to think about this for a couple of days. And I'm trying to find my notes here, so I do apologize for that. A couple of things. Part of my journey here. I have been seeing the Milky Way and Andromeda, and I felt, of course, I expressed this in one of my videos, the kick in the stomach 3 times at the hairline. And I've been feeling extremely blissful. I've been feeling extremely loved. I've actually had to create an oath. I've had to, and I began to think more about what that oath really is. You know, along our journey here, like I have expressed in some of my videos, you are going to be going through initiations. When you get to a certain level, you are going to receive invitations, either through envelopes, seals, whatever it is, to go on to the next level. I spoke about the spiritual bodies the other day. Including our physical body, we have 3 major spiritual bodies, so 4. Now let's kind of back up a little bit into my journey here, so you can have a little bit more understanding about what you are possibly going through. We have to do the work in every single body. Physical body, 3 spiritual bodies. 4, we have to perform the law of 3, the Holy Trinity. The orb in my eye, which has been through my ascension cycle, telling me where I am, it was first began as a singular orb. Singular orb. 3 times. It descended and descended 3 times. At the 4th time, it created a Trinity. By the 4th time, it created a Trinity, so excuse me. So midway through, it went to a double orb, and then towards the 7th ascension, it transformed into a Trinity, the Tri-Wave. I had to go through that level, although I had already passed my initiation, my ascension. You have higher levels as well. Depending on what you are dedicating your life to, you can continue on. Become more. Develop more. Now I know I am not where I want to be, or where I am going. I have left my journey open. I have dedicated to love. In the very beginning, I chose to be a dedicated servant of love. That was my choice. Early on. No ifs, ands, or buts. After I saw the great work that God was given to me in my life. And as I realized that I was being awoken to something far grander than I could have ever imagined, I decided to dedicate myself to it. That's it. Love. You have to commit to the law of love. So that is what I actually had to, under oath, to uphold a few nights ago. Out in the open to this beautiful being of light. I did that. And this tells me about when we are going through our ascension process and we go through that judgment period. Now, we use that word judgment as a way of not being worthy of, or going down a checklist of all your bad things. That's not what it's about. It's about, what are you ready for? What is that more you are ready for? Let's check off your progress and let's test your heart. Let's see how strong the vibration of your heart is so that you can have more, whatever more is. And you decide by how much you are stepping within the law of oneness and the law of love. I promised just the other day again to uphold the law. And so as I've been thinking about the Lionsgate portal and picking up on where I am in my journey, the three pyramids, you have Sirius, you have Orion, and everything is hooking up per the three pyramids. So I want you to just kind of look at this from a different perspective here, and maybe you are already thinking about this or have or heard about this by somebody else. I don't know. So as I was given the three Merkabas, spinning Merkabas, and I was thinking about the pyramids associated with them. So we know that the pyramids represent both masculine and feminine selves, unified. It is the reflection of the twin, the monad of light. You have three pyramids here that both signify masculine and femininity in their united state. They create a diamond, but they actually, when are intersected, will of course create the Star of David. And actually can also create an hourglass. The hourglass, towards the end where the sand is settled under, it indicates a time of complete end, an end. So if you have three pyramids indicating an end, there's also going to be a beginning. For myself, I know where I am on my journey. I know I'm not there yet. I know I have some work to do. I know I have some healing to do still, some purifying to do, because I'm not there yet. I'm not that ignorant or thinking I'm, so full of ego that I know I have stuff to do. Otherwise, I would be there. I would have some answers. I still don't. I know exactly where I am. The only reason why I know what I know is because I'm walking this walk. Have you ever watched that movie, The Lady in the Water? When she's in the shower and the water is running on her, and I forget the lady's name who was in there trying to ask her some questions when Mr. Heap wanted to ask her some questions about the story of the nymph. And she ended up saying that her path has to be learned. In order to know where you currently are and where you're going, you have to understand your experiences. You need experiences in order to know. And then it brings on a revelation and more understanding. I also, a couple of days ago, ended up seeing two tombs. The tombs where Christ was laid to rest, and the tomb where he woke up at. Both the doors were open. Those were the resurrected bodies. I've completed 2 of my resurrected bodies, of the spiritual bodies now. The third one was very hard to see. So the three stars spinning Merkabas that I saw the third middle one. It's a little difficult to see, which tells me it's not complete, of course, because I haven't had 3 resurrections. The great work must be complete within all levels. Now I'm talking about the spiritual bodies, because this is where I currently am at, the spiritual bodies at the higher level. Higher does not mean that I'm above. Higher means that I am at almost a graduated level and not at the kindergarten level. Let's make no judgment about that. Now for the pyramids here, we know that it's opening up a gateway. This gateway is in order for us to truly understand more about who we are. And this is all about connecting us more to our 12-strand DNA, our true lineage, awakening our origins. Through the Lionsgate portal, we can open up the Halls of Amenti. And we end up going through and traveling through this great gateways, the gateways. And also I want you to think about the left and the right side of the self. Jachin and Boaz, the 2 pillars. There's also a central pillar that can be accessed when you construct it yourself. You begin the construction within the physical body. As you are making your way through your spiritual bodies, 3 pillars of light, 3 pyramids, 3 Merkabahs. Okay, moving and spinning Merkabahs. And this opens the gateway that we have to travel through, which takes us through the Milky Way, through Andromeda, through the star systems, that aligns us with information about ourselves. This is actually about the alignment with the Father, which takes us to the Solar King, the Holy Father, the Cosmic Father principle. Because we have already constructed, many of us have already constructed, in order to even get to this level. And of course, you are working through this level at whatever time frame you are at, whatever level you are at. You have already worked through some of the mother principle, the mother arc principle, and which is now opening you up to understanding more of the Father principle, which is about the first principle of the emanation of the Father's eternal light. And it takes you through the 7 heavens. The 7 heavens. So firstly, you have to be able to hold and maintain the Trinity wave, which is about that 3-fold flame heart, which transforms eventually into the Amoria flamed heart, the crystal lotus heart, the one that I've expressed in some of my videos. And if you haven't watched those, please go back and take a look at those. And your body begins to build up its light quotient. And this eventually, when we know it takes us knowing our Holy Mother and Holy Father in order to birth that golden child and Christ consciousness. There's a lot of work that has to take place. And this is all about upgrading in your DNA. That's it. Upgrading all of these, the energy, no matter what we are doing, is about upgrading your DNA so that when you are ready and available to it, you can have more information about who you are. So where I am currently at is tapping into more of the the light body frequency. Of course, all of us are. And I wanted to just, of course, add my story to my journey into what is actually going on. So again, when you go back and look at and think about the pyramids, 3 diamonds. When your diamond, your Merkaba, is actually spinning and rotating, it doesn't spin like the traditional star would. It kind of descends a little bit and connects both flat pieces of the pyramid, which looks like the pyramid. This is the rhombus, the diamond, how a diamond actually looks, and begins a process of spinning, moving, and activating. So that, of course, that you can be anywhere at any given moment of time and space. This is actually the way that you become freed. When you have developed your diamond sun body, or the double diamond sun body, depending on where you're going in your journey, how much you have chosen to be of service, you can attain. So I also want you to keep that in mind. You decide how high you are going at any given moment. And of course, love is always going to be your guide, and love within your heart, your current moment. And be honest with yourself. If you feel like you are, well, half the time I'm in love, and the other half I am still residing in fear. I'm being pulled back and forth between forces. If you are truly honest, you're not lying to yourself, you can actually free yourself from the chains. But if you are sitting there saying, nope, I know it all. Nope, I'm love. I am love. No, it's everybody else who is the problem. Then you're making excuses still. And then you're going to have a little bit more difficulty stepping into your role. And so this is what I know that we are doing. And I hope I'm making sense here. I'm kind of losing my focus. Trying to think about so many things. Okay, so back to your diamond, your pyramid. When it actually is working and functioning, because you can actually, again, create that star, and it's still going to be functioning as your protector, okay? But again, for it to actually start to spin, you have to focus on that spin. You actually can set an intention for it to spin all the time, or you can develop the skills to have it spin when you need to. But regardless, the purpose of your Merkaba is to keep you safe and guarded, as well as travel and, of course, secure your light body here to the earth. But each pyramid has its base or its foundation, the 4 squares, at the center where the heaven and earth meet and join as one energy. This is what I've already talked about, the Tantien. The Tantien. This is why between your sacral and your solar plexus, that gut feeling is so important to you. You have to heal your sacral, and then you have to, of course, work your way up the ladder to your solar plexus. And of course, the heart is always going to be the focus, because the heart is always love. When you allow the energies to properly clear and manifest itself into love, the Tantien will develop. It's not there. It's not intact. Your chi ball, the energy ball, that umbilical cord. I have such a hard time saying that word. Umbilical cord becomes attached. And it's going to attach 3 of your spiritual bodies to your physical form. That's why I felt it being shoved in, and I say kicked in the gut sensation, but I felt it being shoved in 3 times. 3 times. Yet I still have work to do in order to fully have what I am working towards. Now, last night, I almost didn't go to sleep. I was feeling so blissful, so energized. My body was upgrading in its DNA, and I was seeing my blood. I've been very blessed with being able to see. And it's not because I'm above anybody else. I don't know what your journey is taking you and allowing you to see, but it's because I have removed so much fear and doubt out of my human design, which allows me to be able to see my body being transformed at the cellular level, at the very beginning, what is actually taking place inside of my veins. I get to see that and observe it, and I am so blessed. I am so grateful for that experience, this experience. I hope this is giving you a little bit more understanding about what is actually going to be taking place. You are going to be traveling through, if you're open and receptive. And even if you're not open and receptive, remember, the energy sticks with you. Whatever is opening up, any type of portal, like of course this Lion's Gate, if it's opening up for you and you are not actually ready for it, of course, you are holding that energy upgrade within your aura, within your makeup, and then whenever, as long as you are in resonance with love, it's there for you to tap into further. And then of course when this cycle comes back around, you can, as long as you continuously move in love, you can start, leveling up a little bit further. And you are always leveling up. I hope that kind of makes sense. So for myself, I have come through the Lionsgate portal 3 times, knowingly. 3 times. 3 is a magic number. You will have to experience your death. Well, 4 times really. 4, your physical form. Because the 7 chakras is going to open up. When you have finally cleared your 7 chakras, it's going to begin to open up another gateway. When you tap into parts of your spiritual body, you're going to feel that burst of light and energy. And it's going to be experienced as a death. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch the 7 levels of initiations video where I explain about my own experience, how I felt when I witnessed my own death. I wasn't witnessing my own resurrection as I actually, the way I was perceiving it. But the way that we are resurrected is when we begin to feel more complete. We become resurrected when we have completed the Hero Gamos. The three types of Hero Gamos, which is the sacred marriages between the spiritual bodies, the 3 layers of the spiritual bodies, hooking up both masculine and feminine bodies. That's why even on the left and the right side of Jachin and Boaz, which of course represents the negative and the positive, or the good and the bad, or the light and the dark, you are hooking up between, let's just go with right side. The right side has to have its match. You're going to bring parts of the left to the right, and the same thing goes to the left. You're going to bring parts of the right to the left. There's a diamond. And then through the center pillar, which is your heart connection, begins to create another diamond. Let's see if I can give you. So what we are actually always attempting to do, but what this portal is specifically allowing many of us to tap into, is to access the divine blueprint, which holds the original intention for the natural order of consciousness of the evolution within our universal creation. At a cosmic level, the same open source architecture is referred to as the Christ Crystalla. It's been changed to Christ, which, of course, if we are within the negative ego, negative self, many of us, just like myself in my past life, the word Christ has been used as a way of manipulating oneself. So when we're actually thinking about the true Christ or crystal, this is like the frequency of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The rainbow is at the frequency of its highest. The unified masculine and feminine consciousness energy that exists in perfect harmony and balance within organic creation. The base 12 universal Merkaba field of the Christos Sophia are referred to as Christ Crystal architecture, as they make up the instruction set for all of the Merkaba fields within all the timelines and densities throughout the universes. So when we also think about how this is really going back. When we are not truly our light self, we are not actually the angel. We are still living within the human, the fallen angel idea, and we have to find our way back up. So when we actually build the 12-strand DNA or more, depending on what your path and plan is through service, you resurrect yourself back into the Orion. So when the Orion DNA potential is activated, it allows for the physical body immortality and the ability for the consciousness body's full transmutation out of dimensional time. And this is when you receive freedom. And of course, it takes knowing the God source. So this is about the frequency of the Cosmic Trinity. That's what I am picking up here. We are taking in more of the Cosmic Trinity, which is, of course, the blue ray of the Mother Arc, the magenta ray of the Father Arc, and the golden ray Son of the Christos, which is a part of the threefold flame heart that continuously transforms itself within the higher heart complex. So I just wanted to share this with you today, and I hope it makes sense. And I know we have 17 days to go through this. Which 1 + 7 is 8. So this is what I also wanted to add, and I totally forgot. When we work through the spiritual bodies and become resurrected, it takes really, although we're at that 7 cycle, so it's when I was at that 7 cycle where I am at it right now, 8 is complete. 8 is complete. 8 has always signified Christ, the resurrected. 8, here we are, the Lion's Gate. It is about the number 8, infinite light, infinite information, your DNA. When you have completed the resurrection, 8, 8, 8. Jesus, Christ consciousness, Crystal. And it is 11:11 Eastern Time right now. And I also, how many times have you seen the number 8 within the past month or week or days? In any combination of 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 808, 818, whatever it is, if you have been witnessing that number, it means you are tapping into this frequency. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.